Daredevil Born Again is definitely going to make sure that you know, if you're watching this, that this thing is set in the MCU and also in many ways still connects to the Netflix series. So let's talk about a major returning location that's now covered in all sorts of Marvel Studios flair. So one location we saw in Daredevil and multiple other series from Netflix that were all part of that whole Defenders lot was the 15th Precinct in New York. Brand new set photos from Daredevil Born Again confirmed that shooting for Daredevil Born Again is officially taking place at the same location, and they are making a few changes to line it up better with what it looked like in the Netflix series. With obvious improvements that have been made since then in real life, it's sort of a meet in the middle, if you will. As Marvel Studios always adds a little bit extra set dressing of their own to even familiar locations. We see that they're adding all sorts of Marvel, like campers there, changing rooms, everything, right? Everything that you're gonna need for your actors. Obviously, they've cut out like a piece of the road where they're shooting, and we can tell that there's already some stuff that's being hidden underneath specific things like tarps and things, which obviously, again, set dressing. But this location, which we saw connected to multiple things, cases and all that, honestly makes sense. And the more we find out about everything that's going on in regards to what they're doing with this series, going to many of the same locations, same streets, same districts, I think it's kind of clear what they're trying to do here. They're going to use the familiar that we had before, bring in some new characters, new elements, and update it, because obviously it's years after the blip at this point, and everything that happened during Daredevil was before Thanos and all that. So there's a little bit of a time gap, but I like that they're sort of going back to these familiar locations, and they're going to reintroduce us to the new, status of all these places and people within it. And it makes sense because we saw in these Netflix series that a lot of people went here that were connected to Matt Murdock's daily life. And since we find out that there's going to be a lot more happening with courtroom drama and the police procedural side of it, this again makes sense. So we're starting to see this pattern of there's definitely going to be tons of callbacks and references, and now even same locations. So yeah, I think it's all starting to come together, if you will.